Good morning, my name is Chris and today we are outside by the water's edge. It is ridiculously early in the morning. I mean, like, it's only just 6 o'clock in the morning, but it's all good because last night I had a beautiful, peaceful night's sleep. I am well rested and raring to go today. Of course, it wasn't always like that. The early days of quitting smoking, going through the withdrawal stages, I had terrible troubles with my sleep. And I know I'm not the only one. I looked through the comment sections of some of my other videos, and if you haven't seen my other videos, now is a good chance to pause this one, go and check out my YouTube channel. There's lots of good stuff on there about quitting smoking and other things too. But I was going through the comments on some of those videos and noticed other people commenting. They were like, Chris, I can't get any sleep, it's really stressing me out, I've got this terrible insomnia. And it doesn't surprise me to hear that, because sleep troubles are one of the most common side effects or symptoms, whatever you want to call it, of quitting smoking. For some people, it's that they can't stop sleeping. They sleep 20 hours around the day and then they wake up and they're still exhausted and they just need to go back to sleep. For other people, the big trouble is insomnia. They just toss and turn all night. Oh my goodness, let me sleep, and it never happens for them. That is far more common. If you're having this kind of sleep trouble where you just find you're sleeping all the time and still tired, I'm going to make a video for you next week. For today, I'm going to concentrate on the troubles of quitting smoking and insomnia. So if that's what you're dealing with, stick with this video. We are going to talk about why quitting smoking causes insomnia and what you can do to finally get a peaceful night's sleep. So what is it that causes the insomnia when we quit smoking? As you might have gathered, it is smoking itself. We talked before in other videos about the endless vicious cycle of smoking. Nicotine is a stimulant, so you take it into your body, the stimulant hits the appropriate brain receptors, fires off all those stimulants through your body, then eventually they wear off, you enter into a lower depressive state. I'm not saying you are depressed, I'm saying you enter into a lower depressive state that you can only combat or overcome by having another cigarette. So you have a cigarette to fire up the stimulants again, the stimulants wear off, you feel like crap, so you have another cigarette, you feel good, then they wear off, you feel like crap, you have another cigarette, and you get the point, right? Round and around and around it goes. And you know what? This is exhausting. We do this all day long as a smoker, and it tires us out. So by the end of the day, the body starts to go, I am exhausted, so therefore I need this much sleep just to be able to function the next day properly. So we go to bed, we're tired, we sleep the whole day, the whole night away, we wake up the next morning. The thing is that when we quit smoking, we're so well adjusted to this sleep pattern that has been built for us being so tired. But now we don't have the cigarettes making us exhausted all the time. So we're trying to get the same amount of sleep that we used to need, even though we no longer need it. This is the same reason why when you quit smoking, after you get through the withdrawal stages, you typically have a lot more energy than you used to do. I was up at 5 AM this morning, bounced out of bed like today's a new day, I get to go and talk to my YouTube friends, off we go. When I used to smoke, that never happened. It would be like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, sluggishly pulling back the covers like, oh, I just don't want to do this. No energy. Today I have a lot more energy, and that is why. Because my body is not going through that endless roller coaster of, oh my God, I'm stimulated, oh my God, I'm not stimulated, I'm up, I'm down, I'm high, I'm low. That tires you out. and then your body adjusts to that and creates a sleep pattern so that you get the amount of sleep that you need for being that tired. But you no longer need that amount of sleep, but yet you're so well adjusted to that sleep pattern. The good news, and there is a lot of good news, is that eventually your body will realise, like, hey, I'm not as tired as I used to be, I don't need this much sleep. I'm not so exhausted, I don't need to recuperate as much. And it adjusts to a new normal sleep pattern where you get the right amount of sleep for how tired, the right amount of sleep for how tired you are. For some people, this happens within weeks. For some people, it happens within months. The question then is, well, okay, that's all well and good telling me it's got to pass eventually, but I'm so tired and I just want to sleep. What do I do until then? More good news, there are lots of things you can do to cure the insomnia and to finally get a peaceful night's sleep when you are quitting smoking. The first thing that you can do to help get a peaceful night's sleep if you're having trouble sleeping because you are quitting smoking, the first thing you can do is cut out caffeine. I know I've shared this in loads of other videos. One of the best things that I did when I quit smoking was to cut out caffeine. It reduced the cravings that I had, it reduced the triggers, it made my quit so much easier than it would have been. But also, cutting out caffeine also can help you get a peaceful night's sleep. I read, there's been research into this, that in the body of a smoker, caffeine metabolizes twice as fast as that in a non-smoker. So as a smoker, we build up a tolerance to nicotine. We build up a tolerance to caffeine, so it doesn't affect us as much. It might still give us a little bit of a buzz, but not as much as when we quit smoking. It takes longer to digest, it makes us anxious, it puts us on edge a little bit. It always used to make me, when I'd have coffee after I quit smoking, make me want a cigarette. But it also keeps us more wired for longer. Keeps us on edge, keeps us bare. When we cut out the caffeine, we don't have that thing of being stimulated all the time, of being wired. We can be a little more subdued, a little calmer. We can sleep easier later on. What I would suggest replacing caffeine with, but only late at night when you're getting ready to sleep, is chamomile tea. I'm a little bit biased because I love chamomile tea. It's one of my favourite drinks. I had a cup last night before I went to sleep. I do most nights. It just relaxes you, just makes you feel a little bit more at peace. I'm not saying it's going to knock you out and make you sleep, but it just, I don't know. I don't want to say take the edge off because that sounds like it's a drug or something, but that's what it basically does. It just chills you out a little bit. I find it really helpful for putting me in that dozy, drowsy, I could just sleep state. I would also recommend stop taking naps in the middle of the day or whenever you're tired. I know that if you haven't slept all night, you get out of bed in the morning, you're just exhausted, you struggle all day, you think, God, if I could just have a nap for like an hour just to reboot, get up, feel okay. But then you get up and you feel okay and your body goes, well, I've slept, so I'm great now, so I can stay up all night again. Meanwhile, you're tossing and turning in bed going, no, we can't stay up all night, we need to sleep. Cut out the naps, let yourself become as tired as you need to be. I know it sucks, I know it's hard, we've all got things to do during our day, but if you fight the temptation to take a nap, if you let yourself become so absolutely unbelievably tired by the end of the day, you will sleep better. Your brain won't think, well, I've already slept, so I don't need to sleep now. You finally get to rest and have a nice, peaceful sleep. Another really useful thing to do if you are struggling with insomnia when you are quitting smoking is to try meditation exercises. I'm not saying you have to sit there in the lotus position for like an hour just going oh. You can do that if you want to, by all means, but that's not what I'm talking about. You can do meditation sat in a chair, even lying down. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of videos on YouTube, guided meditations, meditation techniques teaching you how to do it. I tend to do a meditation for about 10 minutes and it's just focusing on my breathing for about 10 minutes, and eventually I get this sense of peace and calm. I feel good and I feel relaxed. If I do it at night, it helps me sleep. If I do it in the morning, which I normally do when I'm not out by the water hanging out with you, I feel this sense of like, yeah, I'm okay, I'm happy, I'm content, I'm ready for my day. There is something very relaxing, very calming. I've done meditations in the past when I've lied down to do them and just felt like nodding off to sleep. And I keep thinking, yeah, well, the next time I struggle to sleep, I'll use this. And it always works, it always helps me to just nod off a little bit. Speaking of relaxing, nodding off, towards the end of the day, shut down. Give yourself time to wind down properly. If you are sat in bed and you're still on your phone, you've got the bright lights looking at you, you're dealing with Facebook, with Twitter, with watching quit smoking videos on YouTube. I'm not saying I don't appreciate you coming watching this video on your phone in bed, but look, I'll still be here in the morning. Hit pause, put the phone away, get some rest. Can't turn your phone off because you use it for your alarm, which I know a lot of people do. Go put it at the other side of the room. Turn the TV off, relax, unwind. When you're using your phone and devices and the TV, the light is saying, okay, I'm awake, and your brain is still active. Your brain needs that time to shut down, to just stop churning a million thoughts around an hour, to relax and let go and drift to a peaceful night's sleep. There are tons and tons of other things you can do to help you get some sleep when you are going through the withdrawal stages and afterwards of quitting smoking. A lot of people recommend exercise. Obviously not an hour before bed, because then the adrenaline is pumping, you're active, you're hyper, you're not going to sleep. But if you do the exercise earlier in the day, it can be an incredible boost for later on, helping you feel naturally calm and naturally more relaxed, naturally more tired. That's what it comes down to, being naturally more tired. And when we are naturally more tired, we sleep a lot better. Likewise with changing diets, if you are eating a lot of sugary stuff, a lot of stuff that's giving you energy, particularly before bed, you're going to eat a big bag of sweets or a load of chocolate or drink a load of fizzy pop and then wonder why you can't sleep. You might want to change that. That's all I've got for you for today. I do hope you have found this helpful. If you have found it helpful, do leave me a comment. As I always share in most videos, one of my favourite things about making YouTube videos about quitting smoking is when you guys share with me how you're doing on your quit smoking journey. Whether you're a day smoke free, a week, whether it's tough, whether it's easy. I love to hear from you. Also let me know if there are topics that I could be covering in future videos, or if there's something that I could do differently to make these videos better for you. If you have found it helpful, a like and a share would be greatly appreciated. And as always, please do subscribe. I post videos every week, mostly about quitting smoking, but also about other subjects as well, such as depression, addiction, things like that. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.